Well, good morning, our beloveds, and how are you all? You are truly in the home stretch. You've got roughly 2 weeks left to go to finish this leg of the race. And then you will have a pause, a breath, a moment to reflect on this entire year and to move on to the next one. So we think we will inspire you today to focus on the future and not the now, because the now, it's pretty uncomfortable for many of you. Not all, but enough of you that it affects the collective consciousness because it's hard. You're doing your very best and managing your emotions when so much karma is coming up, good and bad, to reflect on what it is that you have done, how you have learned your lessons, why you have learned the lessons, how to apply those lessons. Your little brains are just running, trying to figure out the best way to start the new year. So this is what we want to tell you. In certain ways, there will be a reset. It will be a reset that will occur more on the solstice, when there is a pause, if you will, in the heavens, because the pendulum has swung to one end of the spectrum, and it just suspends itself for a moment before it begins its descent back down across the path. So you will feel this pause beginning on December 21st and lasting maybe through January 15th. It will allow you all to reflect on the times within which you find yourselves and how you have managed to keep it up so long beyond when you thought you could. Many of you have given up so many times in these last 10 years or so because it's been really, really hard. And you are here finally at the finish line for many of you. And not the finish line as in death, but the finish line of this particular race, the spiritual awakening piece that you have had to go through in order to prepare the barter system for those who will come after. Your money system as you know it will change dramatically for the better, so you need not worry. Your marketing system will begin to produce better results, meaning there will be more homegrown products and projects and authentities. You will begin to ground yourself in what is reasonable when you realize that climate change, global warming, whatever you want to call it, is real. It is really changing, and what can you do to support the health and the well-being of the economy of Mother Earth? You'll realize that local makes more sense. Growing it within your community, producing it within your community, planting it, preparing it, manufacturing it, whatever it is, you will begin to bring more things home, because it will no longer be about the efficiencies or the economies of scale. Yes, we kill a chicken, we ship it over to China to have it processed to bring it back. Now, is that really logical? Yes, maybe you can pay labor at 20 cents a week over there, but is it really efficient from a practical perspective? No, it's not. You're wasting resources that could be preserved for something more important in the future. So we will encourage humanity to come back to home, to produce things, prepare things, manufacture, plant, all that within your closer regional areas, and to use those transport systems that you have, and maybe to even embellish them. For example, rail transport really makes sense in many ways because it's just an input and an output, and you can come along the train station to pick up what is ready to be picked up for your region. And then you can also drop off at that place what needs to go elsewhere. And if you have that kind of a basic rail system that takes you through your region, it makes so much more sense than a lot of the other things that you have done. You can then use the roadways to take it the final destination to its home base, if you will. But this transnational stuff, it's wasteful, and it pollutes the oceans, and it harms the ecosystem as a whole. There's the air, there's the water, there's the microbes, there's the critters that live in the air, on the land, in the water. Everything is being impacted by the acidity of all of this. And this doesn't even address what is falling from the skies, from the airplanes. There are just so many toxins out there that are harming humanity. And your young people are going to ground yourselves and bring it back home. So be prepared and be excited. Change is always difficult. Going from the automobile to the airplane was a shift, but so was going to the automobile from the horse-drawn carriage. There are adjustments, there are realities that come with it. But as you create a more sound and safe system within which you all will choose to live, you will find the natural solutions. You will retrain and reprogram what needs to be retrained and reprogrammed. And you will move forward. And if you do it from a place of compassion, whereby you create a safety net for those who would normally fall through the cracks, but instead you will offer them the ability to move into this new time frame, then you will find less of a hiccup along the way. Certain regions will do it better than others. If you live in a blue region, you will have more support. That's the reality of it. If you choose in a red region to grow into this new energy, you may have to be the light bearer in that region, because the red regions are not going to be welcoming to these ways because of intergenerational trauma. That really, at the end of the day, is the simplest way of describing it. If generations have thought a particular way, you will need to retrain them or move. Those are your options. But the blue regions will offer the best spaces for this type of growth and opportunity. So if you are light-minded, you will just need to be aware as the energies shift. You may wish to vibrate to a different location within the world, but specifically within the U.S. There is much disharmony here that is bubbling up to the surface to be felt, seen, heard, released, replaced, restored, and regenerated. There you go, or another. We'll have to listen back because that was very, very fast for her. She wants what is best for humanity and continues to offer herself up as much as she can as a living sacrifice. But it is tiring. It is tiring to continually put others' needs before your own. And what we mean by that is saying, God, please help individuals to heal. Please help the planet to heal, and please use me. That is what we mean. When instead of saying, these are my desires, what I wish to do, to say, put me where you need me, where I can be of most use and service, even if it is not necessarily where I wish to be right now. That is what it is to surrender and to be of service to the universe. And for those of you who have done this, thank you, because we use you willingly. And then there are the others who are being dragged along because their soul has designated the spiritual awakening to occur now. And for those of you who are in that particular place and time, just know that it will pass. You will get through this for most of you, and you will understand when you get to the other side. It will make sense. There are many who have gone before you, and there are many who are standing by the sidelines, cheering you on, who will give you water, nourishment, whatever it is that you need. But you will need to run this gauntlet yourself in order to really appreciate the inner growth, that you must experience by being challenged beyond what you thought was humanly possible. We're going to put you on a path where you will need to race, you will need to jog, you will need to crawl, and some days you will need to sleep and beg for forgiveness of the universe for where you feel that you have wronged others or yourselves. And then when you're ready, you will get up again and you will continue this cycle. And if we're honest, it will be for the rest of your life, but it will be for a phase and a time and a place, because your soul has chosen to open your time capsule at this particular time. And for those of you who are tired, we understand. We see your lights. Some days they flicker a little bit more, and other days they shine brightly. Know that it will get better next year. It will just be different. New challenges, new opportunities for growth, new belief systems to embrace, because as the veil thins, more information will come through, and your knowings and your experiences will increase deeply. Another saw energy forms yesterday for the first time in physicality, not in her mind's eye, but with her two regular eyes. And she will begin to see more because the veil is thinning and because she has proven herself to be authentic and trustworthy. And when we test you, and we do test all of you, to see if you will use your powers for good and honor versus self, whatever self is, where it is at the exclusion of somebody else. When you prove yourself to be trustworthy and honorable, we give you more, because we know that you will use these powers, these abilities, these gifts, these treasures for good. So know that they are coming. Your abilities are going to come in much greater next year, and they will be specifically tailored and designed for your particular life's purpose. So to ask for a gift in region A when it will present in region B will just present you with frustration. So maybe just ask us, the universe, to bring you whatever is rightfully yours in that moment, and to appreciate and embrace them, and then run with them. Really play with them as if you have gotten a new science toy and you're trying to figure out how it really works. If you expect us to do all the work, it's just going to sit there like a box, a Pandora's box, if you will. You need to open it up to see what's inside and play with it and explore with it, and have no pre-designed ideas of what it will look like. And the more open and willing you are to experience anything that we bring you, the more willingly your soul will help you to ascend to your greatest placement in the universe. And it doesn't mean that you will be the king or the queen of Egypt. It just means that you will be king or queen of your own life in whatever it is that you desire it to look like. And that's kind of it. You don't all have to achieve greatness, because greatness in the real world is simply mastering your own emotions, your own inner conflict, and your own inner construct, if we're honest, and just building something that feels safe and meaningful for you, and then sharing it with others. That's it, the pay it forward approach. Our another in this journey is really finding her innate gifts, and she's pursuing them because it energizes her and it propels her forward. But that is her unique journey. What is yours? What is your unique journey? Is it to be a full-time housewife when you are currently working full-time? Maybe your greatest gift is to be home and fully prepare your children for the next generation. Maybe that is the greatest gift that you can offer humanity. Just think about it. It's not being CEO or world leader that we're calling all of you towards. It is simply whatever it is that makes your heart shine and sing and brings about a better future for you and those who you touch. Find yourself in this message. Look within during the pause, which will be roughly 3 to 4 weeks, if you know what we mean, and enjoy it. Enjoy the pace of the holidays where you were meant to slow down, set some beautiful new intentions of what you desire for yourself, but allow yourself to change your mind. Your favorite color may have been green at one point, and now it may be blue or pink, and that is okay. You get to change what and who you are each and every day as your cells also regenerate themselves, and some die off and some new ones are born. Find peace in this transition of becoming the best version of you, which may not at all look like what you think. The best is not the highest vibration. It is the most authentic you, which may be to express your anger during the holidays in the most loving way that you can. But if you can find your voice to say, that does not feel good, that is a momentous start. So we shall leave it there. Our another has things to do today, and she is once again tired. So we must be thoughtful and careful in how we ask her to expend her time and her effort. And so it is. Namaste.